There's this tweet going around, and it basically says you can't just ship anything. They have to have something in common, or better yet, a connection. And then people are, quote, retweeting it with pictures of two characters who are in completely different universes. Like, do not exist canonically in the same universe. So I thought I would get in on the fun. And because I've been seeing the whole Mavis and Rapunzel ship resurface a little bit. So I quote retweeted with Mavis and Rapunzel. And that made me realize that I shit you not, when I was, I want to say like 10, that was my first ever exposure to sapphic media. Like, that was my first exposure to shipping with characters that weren't in the same universe. And specifically queer shipping. More specifically sapphic shipping. Like, I shit you not, I don't think I'd ever consumed any sapphic media, fanon or otherwise, before then. So it was such a weird concept. I remember because I was watching YouTube videos about this. Okay, you know those ones that, you know, they were like, I don't know how to describe them. They would just put up a picture of the character and then text that's like dialogue or describing the scene, okay? And that was the whole video. It was just like picture of character of who's speaking and then describing what's going on. You guys know what I'm talking about? That was like my first ever experience with fanfiction, okay? And at first I thought that it was Five Nights at Freddy's that I was first exposed to. No, it wasn't. No, it was not. It was the first time I was ever exposed to it was with Mavis and Rapunzel. Mavis and Rapunzel fanfiction. And I watched this video and I was like, oh my god, I love both of these characters and both of these movies. It'd be so fun to, like, for them to interact. And then it just, like, started getting gay and I was like, what's happening? Wait, what do you mean they're in love? What do you mean they're falling in, what do you mean they're running away together and falling in love? I didn't understand what the fuck was happening. But, like, I kind of liked it. And then I was like, but, like, this doesn't make any sense. This isn't a thing. I don't exactly recall finding out when I found out that you could just be gay. But I think this was before then, because this was very confusing. Maybe I did, like, kind of know, but, like, the way that I had learned about it had been in a not, like, good context, so I was like, well, this isn't right. Why do I enjoy this? Anyways, that was just a core memory that I find very entertaining. Like, oh my god, what the fuck do you mean Mavis and Rapunzel were my introduction to the concept of being sapphic? And you want to know what, man? That checks out. That checks out so well, it's kind of embarrassing. That's just, yeah. I've been wanting to cosplay Rapunzel for a while. Jasper and I have talked about doing Rapunzel and Flynn Rider. I've been talking about it for years, especially making the realization with, like, I have green eyes, freckles, and curly hair. Like, when my hair is its natural color and around this length, it just looks like her hair after it got cut. And when I was a kid, and to this day, I obsessed with vampires. And I went as Mavis for Halloween multiple times. So, whoever made those videos, bless your heart for introducing me to the idea of being sapphic. I don't know if you'll ever see this, but, like, if you do. And to the people who've been, like, bringing the ship back to my feed, because I know with, like, the more that shipping discourse has come up, the more people are like, back in my day, they didn't even have to be in the same fucking universe, and talking about Jack Frost and Elsa, and again, Mavis and Rapunzel. I appreciate you guys so much, because I love that I've unearthed this memory, and I might end up down a fanfic rabbit hole and make it my partner's problem. I was gonna say that Mavis and Rapunzel walked so that Princess Bubblegum and Marceline could run. Not quite. Like, it has a similar vibe, kinda. Like, kinda. It's, like, aesthetically, it's similar for sure, but they're different. But there's a vibe.